Have you ever noticed how people often perceive you as being innocent or naive? But at the same time, they also seem to think that you're foolish or gullible. This paradoxical perception can be both fascinating and frustrating, especially when you're trying to navigate complex social situations or build meaningful relationships. The origins of the innocent fool trope, the idea that innocence and foolishness somehow linked, is a deeply ingrained cultural trope. We see it in literature, film, and even everyday conversations. The innocent fool is a character archetype that is often portrayed as naive, trusting, and dim-witted. But where does this trope come from? One possible explanation is that it stems from our societal tendency to equate innocence with a lack of worldly experience or sophistication. We often assume that people who are innocent or naive are also somehow less intelligent or less capable of navigating complex situations. The consequences of being perceived as innocent and foolish. For one thing, it can make it difficult to be taken seriously or to be seen as a credible authority. People may assume that you're not capable of making informed decisions or that you're easily manipulated. Furthermore, being perceived as innocent and foolish can also make you more vulnerable to exploitation or manipulation. People may take advantage of your trusting nature or your lack of worldly experience, which can lead to all sorts of problems. The power of self-awareness and boundaries. So, how can you navigating this paradoxical perception and avoid being taken advantage of? The key is to develop self-awareness and to establish clear boundaries. Self-awareness involves recognizing how others perceive you and being aware of your own strengths and weaknesses. It also involves being honest with yourself about your own motivations and desires. Establishing the clear boundaries involves setting limits on what you are willing to tolerate from others and being clear about your own needs and expectations. It also involves being willing to say no and to stand up for yourself when necessary. Embracing your inner innocent fool. Finally, it's worth nothing that being perceived as innocent and foolish isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it can be a sign of your integrity, your compassion, and your willingness to trust others. So, rather than trying to change how others perceive you, perhaps the better approach is to embrace your inner innocent fool. Recognize that your innocence and trust are strengths, not weakness, and that they can bring joy and beauty into your life and the lives of those around you.